I'm Rezlar.
I'm Frosty.
As nobody's really engaged quite yet.
Yep. Oh, there we have a bit of. Oh, was that a triple stun for the Mystic?
And welcome back to the Value Pack. And welcome everybody to another episode of the Value Pack. Got some shit to talk about. Global Labs, live servers, all that good stuff. Drama, a little bit of drama. Update on last week, basically, really, is all it is. But first, I want to thank our lovely patrons: Hawaiian Auscultation, Karen, Jessica Has Issues, Jeremy Johnson, Calhad, Lord Carrot, Mennonite, Minaria, and Talus X Septum. Thank you guys so much for your support, and everybody else who supports us on Patreon. Appreciate you guys. You guys fucking rock. You're the fucking best. Let's get into the show. Skill add-ons. Man, people are not happy.
It's the most polarizing, not that big of a change of all time. You know, it's really, it's funny because I've run into a lot of people that don't fully understand the add-ons. All they see is that their tier 3 skill is not good, and thus the add-ons are bad for them.
Yeah, the tier 3s for Archer are a little sad, but Zerkers are pretty alright. Ultimately, Frosty, I know you spent a lot of time at the skill instructor, so have I. We just spent the last, hour here just testing different add-ons and stuff before the show even started. What are you guys' impressions of the new skill add-ons? Thoughts and were your expectations met? You know, what changed from what you thought was going to happen, etc., etc.
You want to go first, Frosty?
No, you go ahead, because I'm going to go on for too long. So I'll go last.
All right. So, I guess I kind of like him and kind of hate him at the same time. Kind of for the same reason that Frosty mentioned, that people generally don't like him. I don't know. My class is one of those classes that I had a lot of really good add-ons originally, as far as all being tier 3s. It was one of the highlights.
I love it. It's they were all tier 3s before.
Well, the ones I chose were all tier 3s, yes.
Must be nice.
So, I'd get 30% crit, 10% attack speed on Red Moon as an example, and, something as simple as 4% accuracy on, Stub Arrow was always nice as an example. And, it was just there was a lot of nifty add-on setups. That being said, though, we did lose some of that for sure, which is unfortunate. I think the one that kind of feels like it probably hurt the most is it's not as easy to get higher amounts of crit and attack speed now. They're a little bit less than before, being 7%, which isn't bad at all. But beyond that, I mean, I think a lot of things actually good did come out of it. It standardized the add-ons for everybody, pretty much. So there's none of those crazy broken add-ons where they can just freeze you or knock you down while you're holding forward guard. None of that garbage is in the game anymore, so thank God for that. There's a lot of nifty features like minus DP and minus evasion, accuracy. It's even minus accuracy options now. So if you want to be super tanky, you could go for that kind of build. There's a lot more diversity, I think, with that kind of stuff. So all those things are really good. I haven't noticed personally huge changes in my damage output in PvE. In PvP, though, I can see some. It just depends. The way I set up my add-ons is it's really picky now, because for 1v1s, I could combo any number of ways, but I can't set up the add-ons to be super consistent throughout, so I have to be pretty picky about some of the stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'd say overall good, just difficult for 1v1 add-ons to manage. Large scale is a little bit easier. There's usually a meta setup, so to speak. 1v1s are more particular.
Rezar?
I think it's fine overall. It's weird. I don't know. There's some weird interactions with certain things. Like me and Frosty were using different skills, and at certain points they just don't apply add-ons for weird reasons. So the example that I was showing Frosty was if you do Frenzy Destroyer, which if anyone's been killed by a Zerker, it's the one where they slam their 2 axes on top of your body while you're laying on the ground. You will oftentimes see them do a stomp after they do the slam. For some strange reason, if you put add-ons on the stomp, it won't apply the add-ons like on that stomp. But if you do it after, if you just do a normal stomp, it applies it, obviously. And also, if you do it after Beastly Wind Slash, or if you do a sideways spin, for those Succession Zerkers out there, the sideways spin move, then that will also apply the add-ons. It's very strange. There seems to just be some skills that are kind of weird. Frosty's example was Tendon Cutter. For some reason, if you hit them with the very last extra hit of Tendon Cutter, like not the main 3 dashes, but the one that gets the knock up, right? Then it doesn't apply the add-ons for some strange reason. I think there's probably a lot more situations of just kind of like wonky things like that where it's not being applied for some reason. So I'd like to see those fixed, because either a skill should have its add-ons applied, or it doesn't have add-ons, so there shouldn't be some weird like, well, if you use it in this situation, then it does it, but if you use it in this situation, then it does. It's like, no, if I'm using the skill needs to apply the add-on. It's just kind of weird that it wouldn't. Overall, I think it's a fine system. I don't know.
There is some buggy stuff, isn't there?
I mean, I think
I don't know if I like that everyone and their grandmother is allowed to have slows on everything if they want. I don't know how much I like that, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Slows just make the game less fun, honestly. Like, can you imagine a Guardian with just slows on everything, so you're just slowed 24/7 with their normal slow and add-on slows?
I mean,
just
how it really feels already, so...
Just kill me, dude.
Pile it on, baby!
So I have some positives and some negatives. I'm going to start with the negatives. So one, and like the tendon cutter thing is something that has been around since before this, and I don't know why there's skills like that have parts of the skill that don't apply the add-on, but whatever is what it is. Hopefully that gets looked at eventually. I don't like the durations don't make a whole lot of sense to me. So why is my 7% attack speed buff or 20% crit buff or the monster AP 7 seconds, but the attack, cast, and move speed slow debuffs are 10 seconds? I don't know why they can't all just be 10 seconds. Like 10 seconds is kind of a good duration, because like the DP and invasion debuff are 10 seconds. I just don't fully understand why they can't be 10 seconds. The other thing too is like some of the tier 5 or 3, whatever used to be the highest end before, you could get, for example, 5% accuracy and it lasted 12 seconds. So they didn't shorten it from 10 to 7. They shortened it from 12, which is kind of crazy. And
some things don't really show consistency with the design pattern. I almost want to say they like kind of sort of like talked about a few of the add-on durations and decided like, yeah, let's go and like do this one, this, and then kind of like willy-nilly did it. I agree.
The other thing is I don't understand. Well, let me get to a bug first. I don't even know which is true. I guess the test would have to be conducted. But there used to be a all monster AP plus 25 add-on, and then there was a 30, and then there was 20. And now in the skill add-on screen, it says 30, 20, and 10. But when you pick the 20 from a tier 2 skill, the damage against monsters plus 20, and you hit a monster with it, that particular add-on on your buff bar says monster AP plus 25 for 7 seconds if you actually hover over it with your mouse. So I don't know if it's actually applying 25 or if it's 20 or which tooltip is right or wrong.
Yeah, I think it's probably the one on the skill's probably wrong.
And then the other thing is like, I don't understand. So with the tier 3s, I don't feel that bad for people that got it on bad skills because it is what it is. But I don't fully understand why some classes have 2 pre-awaken and or 2 awakening, and then other classes only have 1. Like Hashashin, Meiwa, and Ninja all have 2 tier 3 pre-awaken add-ons. Kuno only has 1. I don't understand why that would be.
But we only have 1 awaken.
But you only have 1 awaken. Kuno also only has 1 awaken. And then like Dark Knight and Mystic have 2 awakening. And I'm not saying that the particular skills that they chose are amazing, although on Dark Knight they actually are pretty good for awakening.
On Mayweather, dog shit.
But I don't understand why. I mean, I almost feel like 2 and 2 kind of makes the most sense for every class, like 2 pre-awaken, 2 awakening, you know?
I agree.
Especially because when I choose Succession, I only have 1. Like, I just have it on Moonlight, and it's not even a Succession skill. It's kind of a not good skill that's 20-second duration, whereas Ninja has Moonlight and Blade Span, which are 2 pretty good skills. And so that inconsistency
ones that they
is weird.
use on the regular,
Yeah,
no,
I mean, no, we use Moonlight, but it's just like the duration is long, and it's not like a particularly good skill. It's like filler damage at the end of stuff. So I don't know.
Meiwa's is you might as well just not have any tier 3 on Succession or main skills because it's Retaliation and Nemesis Slash, which Nemesis Slash is a heal we typically don't use except in PvE, and that's only for like leveling up. Not even at the end game. I rarely use it. And I use it sometimes in PvP, but on mobs so that I can heal up mid-fight because maybe I'm taking a lot of chip damage. But it's not really something I use for add-ons, you know? Then Retaliation's a counter ability that has a 15-second cooldown that activates automatically whenever it's hit. So that could activate from an arrow, and then I hit nothing. You know, so it's just, there's no point to it whatsoever having add-ons, at least in my opinion. So you might as well just, you could arguably say, yeah, sure, I got 2, but it feels like I have none. For Succession, everything's tier 2 for me, or tier 1.
Yeah, and
as far as usefulness.
So, despite me saying all that, I do think that the tier 2 are good enough, and if you don't have a tier 3, it's not the biggest deal if you compare it to old add-ons, just because of the new DP debuff, the evasion debuff, and the crit damage or back attack or down attack, or however you've decided to utilize the skill add-ons. Overall, like in PvE, you're gonna do more damage in PvP most likely as well, especially against evasion targets. So it's not like a loss, it's just kind of irritating. And it feels bad knowing other classes do get to use them and keep them up 100% of the time. So, I don't know. That part's interesting to me. But overall, I like the add-ons. They're cool because before, so many of the add-ons were so shitty that it felt like there was very defined and easy to choose cookie cutter add-ons.
There was definitely meta or cookie cutter setups for sure in the old system.
And now when I go to the skill instructor and I look at the add-ons, I have no idea what to choose, and I'm sitting there forever.
Like everyone's been like a lot of Mayos have been asking me what I've been choosing, and I'm just like, I don't have an answer for you yet because I don't want to tell anyone what I'm experimenting with because I don't think necessarily they're the is all be all, you know, like, so there's a lot of variation, and it really comes down to your personal preference and how your playstyle is for, like, specifically 1v1s. Large scale, kind of, like I mentioned in my opening comments about the system, like, large scale seems like you could probably pull off a cookie cutter build of sorts for the meta, and that would be fine. 1v1 though, it could be any number of different ways. Like, depends on how you're comboing your opponent. Like, you might not be efficient with this particular combo due to add-ons, so your damage will be a little bit lower in this particular combo. But then in this other one, it'll be like a lot higher, and even if it's not like a combo that's usually the most optimal for the maximum damage output, but it's the most consistent one you catch with, so there's just like you gotta weigh it out for your own personal preference and playstyle.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, you can make the case, like on Succession Kuno, I could easily have one. So they added 3 new presets that if you want to buy with pearls, you can unlock extra preset slots. I could easily have a 1v1 version, a large scale version, and then a PvE version.
Yeah, most definitely.
Which
I think is good. It's unfortunate there's $33 for 3 or $11 for, 1 extra pre-weekend or what are they called again? Preset slots.
Yeah. I have a question. Do you think it would be, if they just removed tier 3 and made all the tier 2s what tier 3 is and all the tier 1s what tier 2 is, would that be too strong? So like all of the tier 2 add-ons, they make tier 3.
Honestly, I could see that being a little strong. Because think about it, like the difference between tier 2 and tier 3, the DP shred, that's 15 versus 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 versus 15 in terms of PvP AP. The crit damage bonuses, all the buffs, that goes from 3% to 5%.
But if everyone has them equally, doesn't it make it
everyone
at least
does a lot of damage already, though? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but some of the classes that do a lot of damage, like Ninja, has tier 3 add-ons that they can keep 100% uptime on. So like,
so you're just evening the playing.
Yeah, it would just be like instead of having the confusion or people wondering why their class doesn't get them, why not just make all of the tier 2s a tier 3 add-on? That way, it's just
I guess
simpler.
That's not the worst idea, but that's kind of like that. I would honestly go in line with how PA usually deals with stuff, right? They don't necessarily target the actual problem, and they instead just like try to buff everything up.
I mean, I like we get the choices within the skill add-ons. The tier system makes it like unfair or hard to bet. Like they added a complexity that kind of doesn't need to be there, I feel like, right? Because think about this, right? So if they were all tier 3, like once you have the 30 monster AP on one skill, that you're most likely going to put it on a skill with a low cooldown. You're just always going to have that up. So it's not like the other skills having it as an option as well would be overpowered. I don't know. I just feel like overall it would just be more consistent and better, and everyone would feel less shitty about it.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty much. And I don't think the difference is enough to be like, that would break the game. And if it was like too strong in PvE, I mean, I don't know. Give all the mobs 1% more DP, and then they'll be fine. Then it's back to the way it was. It's just like, I don't know. Having it be different for everyone is kind of irritating.
Yeah, I get that, because then you feel like that class is favored.
And then I really do wish I could see the reasoning why it's on some skills. Like, why is it on the personal PA for Mystic, the bubble, in Awakening?
Well, I think the answer is we know that the devs don't really play the game, so
there's some rhyme or reason to it. I just can't figure out what it is. I
like, they might play the game, but they don't actually play the game. Like, they don't really pay attention to those things, it feels like.
Yeah. Lore reasons. I don't know. It's just, it's crazy to me. Anyway, the overall, it's really nice. It's helped my PvE a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what?
I've noticed a little bit on my PvE. Nothing crazy.
Here's what it did. It made me get closer to my try hard numbers while being lazy.
Yeah,
that's all.
That's pretty accurate.
But I don't know. It's cool that we have choice, though. That part's kind of fun. I just think that it should be a little bit more universal. Like they were like one step there, and they almost did it. The skill add-ons were already pretty imbalanced the way it was before. Like, but I don't know. It wasn't that big a deal. Like for the longest, for example, you guys got to have a tier 3 on Dragon Bite, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or was that Musa? Was that only Musa? They were getting 30% crit and 30 monster AP on either Dragon Bite or for blind thrust. I can't remember. Yeah, but
no,
prior.
we only had 20% originally.
On
it was T2 for me and Kyrene. Kyrene's in chat right now. He said they're both just T2.
Okay, what was the one you guys used to spam? Where'd you get the 30% from before?
Stigma.
Okay, what's the cooldown on Stigma?
4 seconds.
Right. So like Kuno had to wait 15 seconds to get our tier 3 for PvE, like because that's the one we use. We use Flash Slash.
That's not on the current one. That's on
no. I'm talking about the old ones. I prefaced this with the old system was never really balanced to begin with, and they took a step towards making it balanced, but then like didn't go all the way with it. And now all the classes are still a little bit different.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Towards the end,
like
they were doing good. They were doing good, and they're like, fuck, this is too much. Let's just wrap it up. Just done. That's kind of what it seemed like.
I don't know. I think maybe just the tiers in general should just be removed. And if everything was tier 3, everything would be a completely equal playing field.
Well, that would make everything really strong, though. I don't know about that one, Faye. Maybe like tier 2.
I mean, really strong. I mean, it's a 1% different on the two things. The all DP is 20 instead of 15. I don't. It's like literally.
That could equal a lot of damage though in large scale.
I know, but again, some classes have that. Like that argument that like not everyone should have that when Ninja currently has it doesn't really make any sense.
I agree with that. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying the solution is let's just give everyone everything.
Or take it away from everyone, I guess. Make everyone only have tier 2.
Yeah.
But the problem is a lot of people had tier 3s for years, so it's like weird to just lose them.
I know, that was what I was saying before. It kind of feels bittersweet with it. Like it's nice that some of the things like the bullshit add-ons, like the freeze and whatnot, all those things that go through frontal guard are gone. But then you lost, like I said, attack speed and crit, and all the things that we would typically enjoy on our add-ons. So it's like I said, bittersweet. It's like yay, we got rid of the bullshit, but at what cost? So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Overall, it's more damage for everyone. It's just I wish it was more consistent and not some classes got really, really good ones and the others didn't.
Agreed.
Moving on, we'll just touch on this briefly. The Black Spirit board game. I got screwed on this on the first day. I don't know if you guys did. I didn't read. I just clicked really fast. I was kind of tired. I opened it up. I saw that I had a bunch of reward dice. I did not realize that the numbers on those dice were exactly what I was going to be rolling. I thought they were just stock images. I didn't know that either. So while everyone was like, literally everyone I knew was like, hey, I'm on the special board getting all these Kaffir stones and fail stacks. I got Rumbling Earth Shards like 4 times. So... and then ran out of dice, and now every time I go around, my fucking Black Spirit doesn't make it to the end and goes to the start, and I don't get the reward. So
feels bad. But I actually landed on the special board naturally.
Look at you, dude.
And I got 1 Kaffir out of it.
One single. You went
Kaffir.
around the whole board and only got 1 Kaffir stone.
Actually, that's not true. I got 1 actual Kaffir and I got Ancient Spirit Dust, but I think I only got like 25 Spirit Dust. So yeah,
interesting.
Kind of got shafted there. It was
that's
pretty unfortunate.
Luck. Did you get fail stacks?
Fuck. What did I get?
I think that's all you can.
I think I did get 1 set of fail stacks.
Right.
But I don't remember what else I got. Honestly, it was basically, it was so uneventful that I didn't even bother remembering.
So every time you go around the entire board. So first of all, the rewards are better than the old ones.
Oh yeah, they're definitely better.
They're definitely better. Sure. Even on the base board, they're better. But every time you go around the board, you complete the entire game. You get a reward, which is this Black Spirit Adventure box, which is kind of like it's like a I don't know. It's kind of like a cool,
Consolation prize.
like a Dark Rift box, kind of, but with probably less of a chance to get an actual accessory. But it has distos in there and Turo's belt and stuff. Every time you complete it, you get that, but you don't. It's really hard to complete because you only have 5 rolls to get to the end. So you basically have to get doubles or roll really, really high every single time. I think there's 44. Someone said there's 44 spaces on the board. I haven't counted it. So out of 5 rolls, you got to roll at least 48 or 44 to finish. So it's not super easy to do. And then there's this bonus reward where if you complete it 100 times, you get 100 stack.
Yeah, which is pretty dope.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
pretty
a nice
cool.
feature.
So we'll see. I've completed it twice.
I'm waiting for the Pearl purchase to buy dice.
Yeah, I know, right? I've completed it twice with the official, or with the reward dice, and 0 times with actual dice so far.
I want to pay to win my fucking Black Spirit adventure, man. Come on, let me dice it up.
So my understanding from I also didn't pay attention to anything and just rolled like crazy at first because I was just like, oh, this is probably the same as the old game where you just click and go, right? And it's really not.
No, it's a lot different.
So you get those dice fragments, right? The die fragments. So you can either turn those into the basic regular dice, or you can save up the fragments and then use multiple fragments to turn them into the special dice. So I
Right.
think what you're supposed to do is just fail the board over and over and over again to get up a bunch of special dice and then make like your glorious run where you get like all the fucking rewards on the whole fucking board, basically.
Right. Now, does it give you?
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Does it give you just 1 dice, or like so at the end of it? Because I have this like Black Spirit special dice piece. If I want just the regular dice, not the special one that gives me a certain roll, do I only need 1? And
Yeah.
does it also only
Only
give me
1.
1, or does that give me a whole roll?
What do you mean?
Well, like it's a picture of 1 single die. So I guess my question is like, if I turn the 1 into
single.
dice, do I get to roll a single dice, or when I click the roll with it, is it 2 dice? Do you know?
No, it's 2.
Okay, it's 2.
It's like it's just a normal basic roll, like no special dice. Yeah, because
Right.
I already turned it because I was wondering the same thing. I was like, does this like how does this thing work? And it turns into a normal basic roll.
Yeah.
And then so what I'm assuming, I haven't tested this yet, but what I'm assuming happens is that you can combine like 2 to get the 2. You can combine 3 to get the 3, etc., etc. I'm assuming that's how that works. I don't know for certain. If someone's already experimented with that, let us know. But that's how I would assume it would work. So you're kind of like gated on your special dice.
No,
by how many times
it
you
says
fail.
on there that if you have 5 special dice pieces and a black gem fragment, you get a pair of Black Spirit special dice with the same PIP chosen randomly between 1 and 6.
Oh, it's random? Well, of course. It's random, actually.
Surprise!
Yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised by that. Of course it's fucking random.
And yeah, I've heard a lot of people say everyone thinks they're going to add a pay-to-win version of additional 2 rolls, because, you only get 3.
Yeah, they're going to.
They might. I'm gonna try to be positive and say it's probably for when they do those Black Spirit Adventure events and let you have 5 rolls every half hour instead of 3.
It's gonna be the new monthly thing.
I mean,
you
I'd
can,
love
like-
it if they add it to the old moon book. 2 extra
Yeah.
dice.
No, it's not gonna be added to one of our current monthly things. It's gonna be a new monthly thing. It's gonna be called like the I don't know, like the die pouch or something like that.
Yeah.
And it only lasts 14 days and it costs 1,000 whatever, and then 1,000 pearls, and it gives you 2 extra rolls every single day or something like that.
And when you first buy it from the Pearl Shop, it starts a quest that gives you a really long adventure journal that you have to do a knowledge quest for. You basically have to get all the knowledge on Calpheon mobs
Oh my
and
god.
critters. It'll be so fun, dude. Yeah. I can't wait
Red
for
news.
that, dude. Dude, I literally missed all of this. When someone told me that those were precise rolls, I was like, wait, I missed the 50 dust right at the start, and I missed going to the special board immediately. Like, it was so bad, dude. I was so mad.
I hit the special board on chance when I was doing my rolls. I just accidentally hit it and got like a bunch of spirit dust and shit.
You know what's really sad about the Rumbling Earth Shard too is it gives you one. It gives you one Rumbling Earth Shard, dude. Why? Oh my god. It's interesting though, some of these like, oh, I've also gotten magic tools like 10 times. I keep landing on the magic tool space. That needs to go. That space is bad. I almost would rather have the buffs from the old board because at least the buffs like make me laugh at how stupid they are. The tools take up inventory space and just make me upset.
There's some depressing, elements give you the humor you need throughout the day. So you're like, yep, that's my RNG.
Exactly, dude. Anyway, I will say though, it does at least make you want to roll your dice. Where I literally haven't played the Black Spirit board game since they had the event board. So now I actually will roll my 3 rolls every day. Moving on. I do want to just a little side note. They made the RBF reward of 50 Ancient Spirit Dust permanent if you complete RBF once a day.
Hell
FYI.
yeah.
Get out there and get your dust people and list them for me, please.
What is that, 10 Caphras, right?
10 Caphras stones every day for doing RBF. If you win. Oh, they also made it. Well, you have to finish the quest, which is like 5 red seals. They also made it a loss gives you 2 now instead of 1 or something, or 3 instead of 2. 2 instead of 1. I think it's 2. I can't remember. If you lose, it's 3 loss. Yeah, it's 2 instead of 1 now. Whatever it was during the event, they changed it to that permanently. I wish they would permanently give us the Ancient Spirit Dust drop rate increase from that event. That's neither here nor there. All right, moving on. Next thing, Global Labs. Let me open up the Global Labs notes real quick. We had some stuff, dude. We had some interesting stuff. Every 2 weeks or so, every 1 to 2 weeks, they kind of go nuts with the Global Lab patch.
Yeah, they do lately. Like, there's been a lot of interesting new stuff they add.
So the biggest thing is probably the new Blackstar Awakening weapon.
And the gloves.
And the gloves. But the Awakening weapon is like, I don't know, I think this one's a little more of a surprise. I feel like we all knew we were getting the gloves eventually, but the Awakening weapon is
we knew we'd get the armor
interesting.
pieces, but the Awakening weapon for sure is the surprise.
So let me make sure I have this math right. So
and supposedly they will be doing offhand too, right?
I don't know.
I mean, you can assume they're going to at this point. They've done main hand and Awakening weapon.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned it specifically, but so I think is it 3 more or it's 2 more AP, right? Than a Pen Dandy, or is it 3? I forget because it's this range. It goes from 124 to 135 instead of 122 to 131.
I can't remember.
So I think it's
honestly.
Just find the median values, and that's the difference.
I can't, dude. Math is hard. Too tired. I'm too tired. What's the median difference between these? Okay, +3. So it's basically a C5 Dandy, which is actually really, really
Zarko
strong.
Specifically, right?
No, Dandy.
Or
It's Awakening weapon. Yeah,
sorry.
It's a C5 Dandy,
Too tired too.
but without accuracy. You don't get the accuracy on the TET version. So the TET Blackstar Awakening weapon is equivalent to a C5 Dandy in AP. It has less all species damage, only 7 instead of 12, but it does have 17 additional monster damage at TET, which is pretty big.
That's pretty big.
And then the pen version is equal to a C20 in AP and accuracy, has 12 accuracy and the normal AP that a full pen C20 Dandy has, but it has 2 less all species damage, but plus 33 monster AP. which is also
Nifty.
kind of nutty. Yeah.
This is a PvE player's fucking wet dream, that's for sure.
It's pretty crazy. Right now, we don't have confirmation about Garmoth Heart. I'm going to guess that you're going to be able to use it. A lot of people said you can't. I don't know why or where they're getting that information. It's never been officially said. They didn't mention it. You can't test it on Global Labs right now because you can't actually get the weapon on Global Labs.
Yeah,
but once you
they
can,
haven't put it in a lab box yet.
Yeah, so once you can, we'll be able to test. Remember, Dandy's not the only weapon you can use Garmoth Heart in. You can also use it in Dragon Slayer. So there's a chance you'll be able to use it in this as well. I think it'd be a huge oversight if you couldn't, especially since, in the same patch they added this Karanda's heart.
Yeah, the Karanda heart and the Garmoth heart, they both... Karanda heart's like the one socket version, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing. They added a couple new... Well, there's a couple things. So we got the Blackstar Gloves as well. And they added a 3-set of 3-piece Blackstar armor bonus, which is all resistances plus 10% PvE only. Which I think is kind of an interesting stat. Also, I've been told, I haven't tested myself, but apparently Dead God does not count towards the Blackstar set bonuses. Or Fallen God. So if you have a Fallen God armor and a Blackstar glove and a Blackstar helm, you're not going to get the 3-piece bonus unless you also have a Blackstar chest at Penn, which is kind of dumb.
Yeah, that is unfortunate that they set it up that way.
But I guess it gives it more value prior to Dead God. It gives it a little bit more like... It makes it a little bit more worth, I guess. Because it is only an armor bonus. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe Dead... Actually, there's no way we could have tested, because apparently it's an armor bonus only. It doesn't count the weapons, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, because the set effect isn't shown on the weapon, so I don't know. We don't have...
No, it's not CC resistance, Karim. It's legit, like, just monster damage reduction, right?
No, it is. Blackstar Armor 3-set bonus is all resistances plus 10%. That's CCs, but it's PvE only, in parentheses.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. Well, let's just make all of the all resists PvE only, and we're good to go.
Maybe them slowly implementing that in.
That would be. Oh my god. I could forgive them for giving Kuno no tier 3 add-ons that are usable. I'd be fine with it. Yeah. So Awakening Weapon. Are you guys gonna get one? You interested in the Awakening Weapon? Did you see the skins?
They look fucking sick.
The skins look nuts.
I only saw the Warrior one.
The Mewa one looks so fucking badass. Did I send that to you guys in the...
No, let me pull up some of the other... I have a few of the screenshots of the other ones. They're actually kind of nutty.
Yeah, I guess what Kyrie said is very true. It depends on if you can use the crystal slots, the Garmoth on it.
Right.
If you can't, then there's really honestly no reason. Unless you're like strictly focusing on PvE and you don't need the extra crystal slots.
So I'm putting some of these in chat. I have in front of me the Scythe and the Kriegsmesser. So here's the Scythe. And here's the Kriegsmesser. You guys want to see that? But I mean, these are like stock images that someone took from the I don't know, the files video folder on Global Apps, but they look kind of nuts. And the Warrior one looks really sick. The Scythe is gonna look really sick. I kind of can't wait for these.
Let me find the spear. Fuck, I thought I sent it to you, Frosty. Yeah, I did send it to you.
Oh, did you? To me directly?
You directly.
I did see someone link the wizard balls, and it was a meme on Reddit that likened them to coconuts, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, here's some of the other weapons. I have this spear here. I'll open all these. I have all the other ones here.
Yeah, this Blackstar spear looks fucking sick.
So here's the spear It has you know, black starry things. The greatsword actually, or the axe, the Jordan looks so sick. This, I don't know how this person got. If this is how the lawn one looks, that is insane.
Wait,
have you seen the lawn ones? Look at this. I'll link this in chat.
Did you put in chat?
Look at that shit.
Hold on, give me a second.
Those, I am so jealous of how that looks.
Trying not to die to Sakura.
Dude, that looks so fucking good. Yeah, so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks sick. They look like they fan out at the hilt.
Here's the Zerker one. It looks like a skirt because it's like without context, the gun looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
It literally just looks like armor or something, like a one-piece armor.
Interesting.
I think these are all also like kind of bad quality images. These like stock ones.
They're not. They don't look like they're remastered for sure.
So.
What about the great bow? Do you have it?
I don't have the great bow. No.
No one cares about that.
Archers get shit on again.
There it is. Well, these are just from, someone was linking these, so I'm just stealing their links from.
Yeah, they took away your fucking freeze add-on. They're not like, you know, putting your fucking great bow in here. Man, it's poor archers.
Like the chakram looks cool too, but it's just, again, I'm pretty sure all these screenshots are like at the lowest possible quality.
Yeah, I don't think they're like, the spear even looks like it's a little pixelated there.
Yeah.
But I can
the
tell,
Zerker gun. The Zerker gun literally looks like armor. It looks like I don't know. It's so funny. Yeah, you can't see the glow, and it's, I don't know. The quality is super low in here, but that's why I think the lawn one looks so nutty, because it's like actually in remastered, so you can see what it looks like, and it looks super good. The Zerker gun is a corset and skirt. Exactly. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, so anyway, they look cool. Alright, so here's the thing. It, provided you can Garmoth it. So I'm gonna just assume you probably will be able to, but
I would assume
we'll see.
I would assume you can too.
We'll see. Maybe, I guess there's a chance you can't, but it would be such a, I don't know if people would get it.
A huge turnoff for everyone if you can't. But
provided you can Garmoth heart it, I actually think I'm gonna try to get the pen version of this, because that's gonna make Kuno PvE pretty good, dude. We're just missing 33 monster AP. Yeah, dude, we're just missing 33 monster.
You need the pen at a 0.08% at a, like, what is that, a 300 stack?
No. You're thinking of Dead God. This is Blackstar, so this is gonna be.
Yeah, true.
This one's actually possible if you have like a 200 or a 210 stack or something.
Gotcha. Because you get it at the what, 10%?
I don't know if it's 10. It basically becomes on like a 200 stack, like a 110 stack pen attempt, or something like that. But you know,
so 4 or 5% then.
Except it'll be 4,000 crown stones to protect, so it's gonna be a nightmare.
What about Dead God or Fallen God weapons, Frosty? You're not gonna wait for that? You know?
I don't know. I wish they would tell us if that's a thing, because if that were to be a thing, then yeah, I would just wait.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend any amount of frustration, time, and resources on anything else except for that.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh, here's the great bow.
I mean, I'm with you though. Like,
Here you go, Reslar.
For example,
wrong.
The Tet is going to be pretty viable to use. I'll probably, as Succession player myself, use the a Tet Blackstar Dandy.
Yeah, Tet is still, like, dude, for me, the problem is I'd lose the accuracy, but Tet is exactly the level I'm at.
I don't have a pen Dandy right now, so it would be a pretty viable option for me.
Yeah. No, I don't have the ad sphere. I apologize, everybody.
Especially because I'm still building up a lot of fucking gear, so I got a lot more grinding to do, you know?
Yeah. Oh, here. Wait, maybe I do have the ad sphere. There we go.
A try would be nice, to be honest. Yeah, probably. It'd be better than what I currently have, yeah.
Here we go. Here's the ad sphere. You guys want to see that? I'll link that in chat. Oops, why did it link it like that? LOL. Oh, that's... There we go. That's the head sphere. I mean, what are they going to do? It's just going to be those, but with a little bit of glowing red, basically, right? All right, moving on. Blackstar Gloves. Reslar, your kit's really filling out here, dude.
Yeah, they keep giving me new shit that I'm gonna have to fucking get. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't get to say earlier because we started talking about how they look, but I probably won't get the Blackstar Awakening weapon.
Really?
Just because, yeah, because here's kind of my issue with it. I'm trying to do this thing with the tag system where I'm PvPing on my Archer and PvEing on my Zerker.
Okay.
And I already have Pendandy on my Archer, right?
Okay.
So that means in order for me to get like a value out of a Blackstar, that would be equivalent to like when I eventually get my Pendandy to C9, I would have to get, because Tet Blackstar, correct me if I'm wrong, is equivalent, like the main hand right now, is equivalent to Penzarka at C3, right?
C1.
C1.
C1, yeah.
So that means like I would lose a lot of like PvP value unless I had it at Pen. You see what I'm saying?
The Blackstar weapon? The main hand?
Yeah.
Or the Awakening?
No, the Awakening. The Awakening.
Well, the Awakening, what level is your Pendandy?
Well, right now it's none because I'm in the process of trying to get like a PvE set for my Zerker for when the tag system comes out. But what I'm saying is like, in order for me to make that swap in a way that makes sense, I would have to get Pen Blackstar like you plan on doing. But
but the Tet Blackstar is equal to a Pendandy at C5. So if you didn't mind making it, it still would be a huge upgrade in PvE, right? Just because the monster AP.
It definitely would be, yeah.
And it would enable you to sell your dandy
to get a lot more money to fuel other games.
Which is something to think about. If you feel confident that making a Tet Blackstar isn't going to be that hard. Which for some people feel like it's easy, some people think it's hard. So just depends on how you feel about enhancing. Bear, our good friend Bear, he makes he makes a lot of bad decisions, but the problem is he jumped the gun before we know for sure if you can put a Garmoth heart in it. But assuming you can, he already sold his Pendandy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
And he did it because the scythe was like,
definitely go fight him now.
Well, here's the thing. He's still in the same bracket because with the money he's able to buy a disto and keep himself in the same bracket.
Okay.
Yeah. But he did it because he could sell it. He could get his disto for an upgrade, and then once it comes out, he already has like mats and stuff saved up, so he'll just enhance it.
I gotcha. So he's gonna go through the cancerous process of trying to enhance that bitch.
Yeah, he's one of the people though that thinks it's pretty easy to enhance Tet, like relatively speaking, just because the chance is a lot higher, and he has like a 150 stack. So I don't know. It's something to think about. I wouldn't sell it until you know for sure. If you're planning on going Awakening weapon, I would definitely not sell it unless you know for sure you can put a Garmoth heart in it, because that would change a lot of shit.
Yeah. Because that affects PvP, and even PvEers sometimes have to PvP, so if you don't have the optimal crystal build, you're going to feel kind of meh.
Yeah, and someone's asking, does it affect you if you're Succession? It 100% does. The item effects all apply to Awakening and Succession.
Yeah, it's a basically a stat stick based at that point. Yeah. You're not worried about its damage so much. It's the monster PvE AP that you're concerned with, which is pretty dope.
In PvP it is a nerf to C5 Dandy. Because
PvE?
In PvP. In Succession.
Oh yeah, in PvP, definitely.
In Succession, just because you lose 4 accuracy. The accuracy you get from level 2 and level 4, which is in total 4 accuracy, and you lose 5 all species damage. So it's like a slight nerf. I don't know. Maybe it's a significant nerf depending on how you look at it. So the Blackstar Gloves are not that interesting, except that they are Beg's gloves. So
Go figure.
we're all gonna be DR set eventually here. It's only a matter of time, dude. They're just like
Basically.
they looked at the complaints about evasion and DR, and they started nerfing evasion a lot and adding accuracy accessories, and then they're like, it'd be easier if we just make everyone wear the exact same set.
Which then in turn would mean that it's actually not to your benefit to invest in accessories that are accuracy based, right?
Potentially. We just gotta wait and see what their boots are. Potentially. I mean, I don't know if you're full Dead God, let's say you're full Duo Dead God, which would be like full C20 DR build. What would your, do you need accuracy to deal with that? I guess like a little bit.
Probably.
But, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing. I don't care. I'm fine with swapping over to DR this way, naturally, as Dead God pieces release one by one. Fuck it. That's how I'll do it. Then the true build will be complete. The true Kuno build. Alright, moving on. That's Blackstar. It's kinda exciting stuff, you know? It's different. It's coming out fast, like way faster than I thought.
I feel like the smart thing to do, especially as a Kuno, is if the main build becomes to go DR, then you'd want to stay evasion, because then people are going to start like getting rid of their accuracy accessories and not having as much accuracy. So then evasion would hard counter people who are doing that because they think that they need to build against DR.
Yeah, I mean, stupid people. But I think there will still be people that have one accuracy accessory. And if you have one accuracy accessory and Beg's gloves, plus all your shit is pen, you're going to be hitting evasion targets pretty hard. Unless I go like full meme evasion, you know, where I'm like using Sissel Neck and Centaur Belt and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if people sell their accuracy accessories. Well, unless they have more than one or more than two. But
problem is I wouldn't bother selling your accuracy accessories anyways, because the meta is always shifting like every couple years, you know?
yeah.
Like they introduce some new thing that changes how we approach the game from a meta standpoint. Either like the way they change up like Node Wars, or if new additional classes that have a lot of evasion built in, or whatever. There's always something they do that every couple years shit gets changed up.
Yeah. But in theory, you're not wrong, Rez. Some people will. I don't know, man. It depends how many people watch Nyashi's friends' videos. All right, so moving on. The Karanda heart is new.
Well, who were you referencing, Shake?
If people switch to Offen and Lieber somehow, then yeah, Rez, you'll be spot on. I could just stay evasion, no one be able to hit me.
I mean, I was fighting Kyreem earlier, and Kyreem, are you evasion based? I'm sure you have Zarka, but he was hitting me like I wasn't even evasion. He was hitting me like I had paper on.
I think Kyreem gets like a 10% damage buff just for being Kyreem.
He does, dude. I spoke with the GMs about it and made sure. Dude, actually, Kyreem, honorable mention. Yesterday, I was on competing podcast, Nerds and Words, and they asked
competing podcast.
They asked me who my favorite guest was and who my least favorite guest was on our show, and I said that my favorite guest was Kyreem, because despite even when we had disagreements, you still had well thought out points that were like researched and practiced, not just like I read somewhere we don't hit anybody. So it's true. You know what I mean? So I said you were my favorite guest.
And more importantly, who's your least favorite guest?
Well, I said I had a caveat on it. I do have a least favorite guest, and the guest started off awesome, and then in the middle of us talking about Hashashin, he went and took a shower and didn't let us know. So that made him my least favorite, my least favorite guest. Just out of the rudeness. I respected it, though. It was kind of cool. A very Norelio thing to do. But Also very rude.
I mean,
it was in that moment that I was reminded that he came from Vixens, you know?
after
really.
after playing Hash Machine, I'd feel pretty dirty too. So, it is what it is.
Well, that was like, we were talking about Hash Machine because it was new. And then I was like, what do you think, Norelio? And it was just dead quiet. And then like 30 minutes later, he's like, I'm back. I was taking a shower. What's up? Anyway, moving on.
I missed that one, I think.
Karanda's
I don't
Heart.
remember that one.
I assume this is going to be a budget version. Hopefully the price is actually relatively cheap, but it will drop from the new Tempest Siren Karanda, which is the nightmare version of Karanda that is going to be added to the game eventually. It's basically a baby Garmoth's Heart. It still gives you the 3% critical hit damage, but only one socket instead of two. Only one crystal slot. Here's my question on this.
I'm surprised they added that.
Yeah, I think they're realizing how hard Garmoth Heart is to get now. You know?
Yeah,
like,
but even still, like, why wouldn't they make Karanda's Heart?
Dude, I just noticed Garmoth's Heart is sold out. Well, why would they? Why would they just make? Why wouldn't they just make a drop Garmoth's Heart or something? I kind of like it as like a baby step, because like Garmoth's Heart's 9 bill and sold out. Actually, both are sold out. You literally can't buy one right now if you want. That's kind of crazy. But here's my question to you guys: if someone were to ask you, hey, should I get a Karanda's Heart or save up and get a Garmoth Heart? At what silver value does Karanda's Heart need to be for you to recommend it to someone to actually buy?
2 to 3 bill. I wouldn't say any more than that.
Yeah, if it's more than that, then you might as well just save for Garmoth, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, it needs to be like an upgrade of sorts, but nothing like super costly. Like, because I mean, you're mostly buying the 3% crit damage, right? Like, because one crystal's nice, but it's not going to be like what you would want for your build. You know, like most crystal builds are going to need that extra socket that Garmoth gives.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really doing it for the sockets, unless you want to consider getting like maybe one of the Odalita ones, the monster AP ones, to help you grind faster. I could see that. So you could be like, it's a semi upgrade for your PvE, so that you would get the 3% crit damage and the monster damage based gem add-on as well, or gem as well, which if I'm not mistaken, is actually kind of difficult to get your hands on, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to wait till someone sells it if you're a lower geared player.
Well, potentially. I don't know what the drop rate will be, but it only drops from the Siren version. It also is exclusive to Awakening. It mentions like you can't use it for the offhand. It's only for Awakening. Yeah,
so that's why like it would be good for that, like the early game. And 2 to 3 bill seems like a fair price for that kind of feature, because you're getting damage in the form of 30% crit, and then you can either choose survivability or more additional damage for grinding, which I think is fair.
Diesel saying, can you stack it into Garmoth's Heart? No, you can't.
No.
Also, Zerat BX points out that EU has 17 hearts and 3 inverted, so probably because they gather more often than we do. They're life skillers out there. No, I think that's actually more evidence that EU doesn't have any pen items to put their Garmoth Hearts in, so they don't need them yet. This is gonna be an ongoing.
You're not the only one that got asked, if this will be a thing where you can add 3 sockets into Dandy. No,
that would be so busted.
Like,
that would make
future.
That would make Karanda's Heart worth 9 bill. To be honest, if you could put them both, it would literally be 9 bill. It would just go to max.
You don't even need a pen for Garmoth Heart. No, you don't need a pen for Garmoth Heart. You can put that in your fucking Tet Nova and your Tet Dandy if you wanted to.
Yeah. No, they're saying that because I said that they don't have any pen items to put them in.
Oh, the EU players.
I think it's.
But they have. Honestly, They're
I'm starting
using
to think it's more
Oasis.
just that EU is so poor they can't afford to buy any of the items
don't
that
have
people are
any
putting on the
money.
market.
That's why the price of the Caffers are going down too,
They
because no one's
can't buy
buying it because they can't
Caffers.
afford it.
They can't buy Caffers. They can't buy Garmoth. They're all poor, dude. They're out there killing grass beetles and farming goats. They can't afford anything.
I think what's
Like,
more
you know-
alarming on EU is that they're selling Kaffir stones. I do not recommend anyone sell Kaffir stones. You're borrowing from yourself if you sell them. I guess if you don't play or upgrade your armor or weapons whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, you would think like everyone that's self-sufficient, like that's supposedly got full pen that EU is claiming, why are they not just putting all the Caffers that they gather into their gear? You know, you're already quote unquote so geared, right? Like, where's the logic in selling the Caffers? I don't understand.
Dude,
You should be focusing on your own gear, not trying to give everyone else an opportunity. Fuck that.
someone posted screenshots of NA, KR, and EU and said, this is on Reddit, and said, why are there 270,000 Caffers orders on max price on KR, 56,000 on NA, and EU, they are so cheap. And like, if you actually like read through, it's literally just toxicity and back and forth. It's really funny. And I put NA players response, : EU has more gatherers and less pens to put Caffers into, thus more supply. EU players response, because NA prefers to exploit and swipe.
It's
so true.
To be fair, it's.
And I said, if the toxicity keeps up, the future NA players' response is going to be because EU players don't have jobs.
Oh man.
You never know, dude. You never know.
Shit.
I've never been reminded more in my life about something than how many Kaffir stones EU has. I'm reminded by somebody like 5 to 10 times a day. You know, also, I've actually been getting a surprisingly high number of Kaffir stone orders that it's making me poor.
Yeah.
Have you lately?
Well, I mean, not anymore since I got my dead god, or my fallen god to duo. But yeah, I was getting pretty consistent orders.
I was on the road to saving up 60 bill for pen accessory. I had like 17.8 bill, and I grind every day, and now I'm down to 15.5 because I can't keep up with the orders.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right.
We do have a lot of pre-orders on the market, but it moves fast. So
it does move quite fast.
Like I got fucking level 10 in a month on my chest piece. So, and mostly because I didn't have the actual silver on hand. I had to grind up the silver. Every day I'd grind till I got a disto, sell it, and then fucking throw up another order on the fucking marketplace for Caffers. Because I'm a broke ass Mawa, unfortunately.
It's getting political in there. EU players don't need to have a job. They have a functioning welfare and healthcare system.
Yeah, they have a functioning. Can we just take money from everybody?
All right, moving
Not have
on.
to do anything.
Yeah, she's from Florida. So Karanda's heart, Resla, are you getting this? This is a big upgrade for you instead of Garmoth.
What? No, it's not.
Do you have a Garmoth heart in your weapon?
Yeah.
Well, then you can move it to your offhand, dude, and put Karanda's heart in there.
Why the fuck would I want to move it to my offhand?
Dude, for the stamina?
Oh, maybe that's why they also have it in there. Not only just for the lower players to get their hands on, that 3% crit damage and one socket, but you can actually move your Garmoth over to the Nova. Not that you would want to do that.
I'd probably get more stamina from my 4-set Macaloids than I would from moving my goddamn Garmoth to my fucking offhand. How much stamina does that give?
280 if you have 4-piece.
No, the Garmoth.
Oh, Garmoth's 150.
Yeah, so that's a loss.
Look, dude, it's barely a loss.
It's a compromise. There's a difference.
Oh no, it's 100 stamina. It's 150 HP.
That's even worse.
Get your HP, dude,
Yeah,
and you become extra tanky.
You get HP, man.
Yeah, I do need that 600 HP on the glass cannon archer, dude.
Yeah,
dude, guys, I'm 98.16% to 63.
Nice.
I am
Wow.
close to 63.
So
than
King
2%.
Billy's argument now is that NA players don't actually play the game at all. Like we don't grind or gather anything, so we don't have any
Oh
items.
no,
We don't have
none
any
of the
items.
streamers. None of the streamers you see are ever grinding.
We don't have any items traded. EU has more items traded. They have more players, more activity. Makes sense.
No streamer ever has been grinding.
I mean overall. Saying overall player base. Our player base doesn't do anything, dude. We're lazy in NA. It's just true. We have a lot more Reslars. Reslar doesn't grind. He rarely grinds. He doesn't like it. He AFK fishes.
I don't like grinding either, but fucking hell. I don't like getting my ass kicked by just some overgeared fucking Guardian swiping from right to left with his fucking cleansing.
Moving on to the Biraghi Den. Biraghi Den is another new grind spot in the Hadum server. Hadum. The
Hadum server.
Hadum.
Maybe this is their way of dedicating it towards Hadum. Yeah. The EU streamer.
Yeah.
Just rename it to Hadum.
They really do need to come out with the official pronunciation of that fucking thing.
Yeah, well, Hadum is with E's and an N.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying they should just rename it.
All right, so the Hadum server is the server that's going to have a bunch of grind spots for the low-level areas. And they did Red Orc Colony last week, or at least showed off what it is. They did Biraghi Den this week. Biraghi Den, I don't know what the AP requirement is. I haven't gone on there to look. But the trash is worth 15k, drops dust, and it has a bounty bar. A Biraghi charges a bounty to the adventurer of his subordinates if his subordinates continue to be struck and more powerful enemies launch attacks. The bounty increases with the more bandits you kill, and when you reach the maximum, Biraghi will appear directly. When Biraghi is defeated, his rare treasure chest appears, and only one adventurer with the highest contribution can obtain the loot, which I think means there's probably going to be an announcement and people are going to be fighting over it, which should be fun.
Probably. Kind of similar to the Dawn Monastery.
Yeah. And then they say currently the loot that can be obtained from the hunting grounds encroached by Hadum is not confirmed and may be changed. So they haven't really put what's going to be dropping in the chest yet. But yeah, so a boss spawns, you kill the boss, and you get a chest. And you just keep grinding the spot.
I think that's cool, and it makes it a more dynamic grind for a lot of players.
And apparently it's super dense with mobs. Really, really dense with mobs. Yeah.
I saw a video of a guy trying to grind there, running through there or something like that. And apparently on Global Labs the mob aggro cap is broken. I don't know if specifically for that spot or for all the spots or whatever, but someone was being chased by probably 100 different mobs running around Biraghi Den. And the second they caught up to him, either he got insta-killed or he beat. I'm not sure which.
I know the fucking video Frosty showed last time was interesting, with the Kuno getting one shot almost.
It was a lot.
Yeah, by the boss guy.
Yeah.
It was a lot, but yeah. I think this boss is a little bit easier than that one. This seems like a slightly lower end spot, I think. But I don't know. Apparently you get overwhelmed with mobs. It's actually, there's points where there's so many mobs, even if you're full tier 4 on agile, it can't pick it all up. So you gotta manually loot. I like it. I like that they're doing something a little bit different on each spot. See what ends up happening. Curious when this comes out. I wonder if the spots are already all implemented, but they're just releasing them one by one to get hype going. on Global Labs.
Probably.
And I'm very curious what the loot is going to be with the whole like buffing Blackstar stuff. We'll see. All right, so just going through quickly, they also are adding a new thing to the Black Spirit Adventure, these Arcana system. Basically cards that you can use to I think it's kind of like the best analogy I can think of is like in Wheel of Fortune. You know how sometimes you get a card that has like a special thing and you pick it up and you can use it later? So these are.
Yeah.
They're going to be on random spaces, and when you pick them up, you just have them, and then you can use them at times to get like a benefit or plus or minus or go to a space you want at a certain time. So I think they're just going to be added to the board, and then you hold on to the cards. I think right now the Black Spirit Adventure, I forgot to mention this before, it needs to be optimized. Like somehow this new one is even more laggy than the old one. I also like, it's so off-putting when you get like you're playing BDO and you open up the dice game and you get a 404 forbidden error.
Yeah. We haven't had that in a long time though.
I literally had it last night. And someone posted on Reddit too, like the screenshot of it. It was it's just like,
really?
apparently it was like down for everyone last night at some point, or for a lot of people.
Yeah, I wasn't on last night, so I didn't experience it.
I think that's it. There's new horse stuff. They added a couple new buffs, like the combat energy burning and skill EXP burning. You can now do 100 energy for a 60-minute
I think
buff.
it's good.
Yep.
It's
Villa buffs.
annoying to keep track of.
They added an hour-long Villa buff now that lasts exactly an hour or 2 hours, as well as the skill experience and turning gates buffs. And then they're changing Naval Fame more, and they added 3 new tomes that I believe you can put in place of your Chenga tome. One adds life EXP plus 10%, one is contribution EXP plus 10%, and another one is skill EXP plus 20%.
Wait, don't mean to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Is Garmouth at 4 p.m. Eastern today?
Everything is 1 hour earlier than it should be because of daylight savings.
Yeah, so it's at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Vel
Thank
is
you.
in 50 minutes.
Yeah, correct. Wait, no.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Vel is in 20 minutes.
No,
No. It's
Right?
50.
No, the announcement is in 20 minutes. Is it not? Why would it be an hour and a
Yes.
half? In 20 minutes is 12:30 p.m. PST. Normally it spawned at 2 p.m.
Okay, so yeah, okay, 18 minutes to the warning. Okay.
Yeah.
I always get the warning and the fucking actual spawn mixed up. I wish there just wasn't a goddamn warning. We all know when it fucking is.
Yeah. Someone
The
a few
warning
minutes
is the
ago-
only thing that fucks me up. Just make it one goddamn time.
True. All right. Let's see. I think that's kind of it for Global Labs. There's a lot of new stuff coming. You know, new Stonetail meals that last a lot longer. One of them adds life skill mastery. The Stonetail meal is kind of fat, dude. But they last 600 minutes each. Yeah, and then some new racing horse gear. I want to be excited about this, but it just seems complicated. And like you'll have to race horses. Yeah. So, did you guys want to talk about the exploit stuff? We could just talk about what the post was. And then
Yeah, that's fine.
move on from there. So this was the resolution. If you don't remember, last week we had a node war bug that was caused by someone trying to cause packet manipulation, supposedly. That's what they said. That had nothing to do with the actual node war bug. Like they weren't trying to actually get node war money out of it. They were trying to do something else. Here's what they said though. So this happened last weekend or early last week, and then this was on the most recent patch what they said about it. Last week it was brought to our attention that certain nodes awarded an excessive amount of silver to the guilds who were victorious in that evening's war on the NA region. It was immediately clear to us that the exorbitant amount that was awarded was not intended, so we began an investigation and took the following steps. They locked any account that was associated with the anomalous silver gain pending investigation, brought down the servers to resolve the issue, removed unused silver from the affected guilds, temporarily blocked access to the central marketplace. The investigation concluded that the cause of this abnormal silver tax accumulation was an attack by individuals, although it's unlikely that tinkering with this was their actual goal. 2 accounts were found to be directly involved in the incident and were immediately banned on Thursday, October 22nd. We'd also like to reassure you that we will take extra care and have already implemented additional safety measures to remain vigilant against future incidents. A more in-depth investigation revealed that from the 5 affected guilds, only 1 guild proceeded with the distributing payouts. That's embarrassing. Paying each member around 27 billion. That's embarrassing if you have, like, if you're of the attitude that's like, dude, you would have done it too. It's like, well, the other 4 didn't. You know what I mean? Paying each member around 27 billion silver. From within that guild, many members did not claim nor spend the silver from the payout. Players in guilds that did not touch the silver had the silver removed and were unlocked soon after, with the accounts to be considered in good standing. Our definition of an exploit. This is important for anyone who does not understand what an exploit is.
Apparently they have to repeat it to us NA players a lot.
Yeah, so we gotta go over this again. Our definition of an exploit is taking advantage of a bug or unintended error for unfair gains or advantage that could not be achieved through normal play. Therefore, we consider the act of paying out the silver and of claiming and spending the illegitimate gains to be exploitation. For the guild members that received the silver, we have individually investigated each case to ascertain how the silver was used and removed any items purchased, in addition to removing any remaining silver they had. We've also ensured that no enhancement gains were made. Furthermore, each account that made use of the silver will receive a 72-hour suspension. The time that the account was locked during the initial investigation will not count as time already served. In any additional investments in items that were removed, such as crystals or Caphras, will not be compensated. Being a guild leader comes with a certain amount of responsibility and requires you to act in the best interest of your fellow members. The guild leader involved not only received a payout of 273 billion, but by distributing it to the members deliberately involved some otherwise innocent players in the exploit and put their account standing at risk, at the very least causing them to be locked out of the game for several days. As such, the guild leader involved will be permanently banned from Black Desert Online. And then they deeply regret blah 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 blah. As always, continue to combat cheating and exploitation wherever we find it. So that was the resolution. There you go.
I mean,
any issues with what we know?
Justified.
There?
Justified. I'm glad they took a really quick stance on it. I'm glad their stance on everything revolving around these kinds of events has been as quick and seemingly consistent now, unlike before, you know. I know you mentioned Tim Allen said there was some complaints about consistency, but I think the overall response has been consistent with the more recent actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good thing. Sure, there might be some outliers, and you know these things happen. Some things fall through the cracks, and sure, it should be addressed and looked into. But there again, they are basically saying in their little definition of what they consider an exploit is if you use the money in any way, whether you sell stuff and you use that money in conjunction with the money that you got to get new items, that kind of falls in line with that. And unfortunately, you know, that just is what it is. You took advantage of something, and by that definition, their definition, which is in their TOS, I'm sure exactly as that, you know, you fucked up. Stop trying to think you're getting a free fucking meal. You got to earn everything you get in this game. Everyone thinks they can just get a free fucking meal.
Dude, all right, relax. I think Armada is pointing out one of the things that came up with mapping was that some of the people who made gains but went in negative silver said it was worth because they got to keep their items, which is one of the complaints you had, Nayashi, when the mapping thing first came out. So this time they went through and said they deleted any items and made sure that there were no enhancement successes as a result of the item. So that part is good. They seem more in depth with like, if you bought stuff, that's also gone. If you made stuff, that's gone, and the silver is gone.
Yeah, they definitely did a lot better this time than with the mapping for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mapping was crazy too, because like they had those 23 bands.
Yeah,
and they said that was like for organizing, but I'm just like trying to figure out how they figured each of those people helped organize.
Through the making of the Shy accounts.
I mean, but don't you make those with separate emails? No, I mean they're like a totally different account.
But you can check the IPs that are logging in.
I guess. I mean, I feel like way more than 23 people probably did that though. Who knows? I don't know. It's just interesting. Anything else? I think that's it. I think we kind of rifled through it quickly today.
What, is that all the topics?
Yeah, that's everything.
Oh,
we still have no date for the tag system or the bond skills or the Rabom skills. Shadowlands official date did get announced November 23rd, so expect content from now until then at some point.
November 23rd?
Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed again.
Yeah. That part's too bad. And the Anthem rework is still in progress. I know for a lot of people that are worrying about that, it's still on its way.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, huh?
Oh, there's a ton of people. You need not worry, people. Anthem is still... They're still reworking it.
Frosty's over there sounding like fucking Maywas. There's literally dozens of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at their Discord right now, and there's at least 50 likes on this post, okay?
Alright, you doing comments?
You wanna read them?
Make the Maywa do it?
No, we're not making the Maywa do it again. You got this, Reslar. I believe in you.
Oh
the last one didn't go so well.
Yeah, I'm gonna bio real quick. I'll be right
back. Alright, let me pull these things up real quick. Toxic? Who's toxic? Your Maywa brain is toxic to yourself, man.
True.
Alright, let's see here. Pull these things up. This was the last episode, right? 84? Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Alright, let's see here. Let me scroll down to the bottom of this real quick. Alright, Max Punch says, just wanna ruining the first game Keck W. Okay. Mr. No Cash says, another week, another triple stun from the Mystic. True. Enjoy it while you can. Not much longer. Ajax T says, every patch note we get says any bug abusing can result in bans. If people coordinated to exploit a glitch, then sure, temp ban them. The people who weren't bringing cash down to do a payout and those that didn't accept the funds obviously shouldn't be punished.
And they weren't.
Yep. That's pretty much, I think that was pretty much like almost everybody's kind of thought on it, and that's exactly what they ended up doing, so.
Yep.
Christopher Kirk says, Frosty, are you playing Awakened Kuno in PvE? Is it because of the ease, or is it better? I think Frosty is using the bathroom right now. We'll come back to that later.
He's using it ironically, I think.
Tilter321. I think he just uses it for a change of pace, but we can ask him whenever he comes back. Tilter321 says the whole situation with the payouts is such a clear-cut thing IMO. People took advantage of an exploit. Exploits are bannable. Ergo, anyone who did a payout, accepted/spent the payout, or helped spend the money in order to pay out, should at least get the silver removed and a temp ban. I think the people who helped clear out silver to be able to do a payout, the GMs who did the payout, and anyone who spent a significant portion of the accepted payout should be permanently banned because that shows a clear intent to exploit the game. For people who accepted payout and didn't spend much, just remove the silver from their accounts and slap them with a temp ban. Frosty left to have a shower in the middle of the podcast? Probably. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty close to what they did. I think they were, they didn't really want to go on a murder spree and permaban everybody who spent money. They just slapped the GM with it because, kind of a scumbag thing to do. So, Abraxas KB says, I wish Add-On would give much bigger buffs or even new skills. Really don't like it that everything in BDO is pretty similar. Thanks for making the podcast. I kind of think it was a little buff, I'm assuming that's supposed to say, to suck Wizard, because all tier 3 add-ons are on a minute-long cooldown. I mean, no. Tier 3 skills on a minute-long cooldown. I have a tier 3 skill on a 21-second cooldown. And on Archer, I have a tier 3 skill on like a 7-second cooldown. I mean, granted, that ability is kind of trash, but it's definitely not all minute-long cooldowns for the add-ons, that's for sure. On some classes.
We forgot to talk about the 4 Horsemen thing. I don't know what you know about it.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did. The EU community stream thing that Enlave hosted a while back, they did it for NA. Frosty wasn't a horseman, so get fucked, I guess.
I was a White Knight though, an official one, just not on their stream.
Not unofficial.
More of these cool community things, though. I think even if I'm not really it's not my thing, I think it's a cool thing for the community. So, also Frosty, someone asked, Christopher Kirk asked, "Are you playing Awaken Kuno in PvE? Is it because of the ease, or is it better?"
Yeah, it's just more chill, kind of more chill. It's not better. It's a lot worse. I cannot get past 4700 trash. Whereas on Suck I can get 5k in Sucre. So, yeah.
Battle Hot Dog says, what is soft cap? There is not one soft cap. There are multiple. Tri accessories is a soft cap. Tet accessories is a soft cap. Same with Tet and Pin armor. So yeah, old soft cap is still a soft cap. I even reached a soft cap recently. I got C9 Pin armors. There's still a long way to go until hard cap. I guess I can kind of agree with that. Like I said, I think my definition of soft cap is at any point in which your deck's upgrade costs a significantly more amount of money. So, yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Wow, seriously, says, year 100, Frosty's band has clearly failed and no new intro incoming.
Oof.
True. I wish I could rebut that.
Yeah, when are those masters coming out that you told me was coming out soon, like 3 months ago?
I'm just waiting for it. It's like a week process every time. It's like, hey, here's the masters, and then we listen to the masters and then send feedback or whatever. So right now it's just like total overall volume is the only issue. So I'm just waiting to hear back from the producer guy.
The
and we'll
producer
see.
guy.
The mixer.
The guy of producing.
Oh, Chacha says, I got Afuaru at Tauros.
Yeah, it can spawn at Tauros. I feel like I've never had it spawn at Starzen, Sacrea, but it apparently spawns at Tauros. I've gotten it there. I don't know where else. Maybe those are the only 2 spots it doesn't spawn.
Sly Fox Mystics says, at 650, that was me.
Yeah. He's talking about he was the one that got the Tet Manos accessory out of his box.
Oh, okay.
Hacks.
Genichi Sai says, no, if one channel is Nightmare, all channels are Nightmare. SEA got 2 Nightmare Zarka spawns so far, and you'll know it's Nightmare because a huge Zarka head will show up on your screen.
Yeah. I think we had 2 as well, right? We had 1 yesterday and then 1 Friday. Like Friday night I had 1 on some channels or something. I don't know. I missed yesterday.
Is this true though?
What?
Because like the other day when we had that 50-50 spawn, we on the channel that our whole guild was on, we had Nightmare Zarka, but then I saw people in channel chat and world chat complaining about not having Nightmare Zarka.
Yeah, it's like only on some channels, which is kind of weird.
So yeah, I don't think you're right, Kenichi-san. I don't think it is. I think it's channel specific.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a bug, it might not, but for us, when it spawned, not all of them were Nightmare. Now, yesterday might have been different. I actually didn't look into yesterday.
Nightmare is bugged. They already responded in the partner Discord. Someone says in your Twitch chat. So maybe that's a bug. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely not how it worked for us with that spawn yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. Because we got Nightmare Zarka and everybody else was saying that it was not Nightmare Zarka. So I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But it definitely is not. If one Nightmare Zarka spawns, all of them are Nightmare Zarka. That is 100% not how it is working currently on NA.
Yeah.
The Lord Vetinari says, I would argue that soft cap is the point where the next game takes a much greater number of hours. There are basically two real soft caps, Tet Try and Pen Tet, boss gear / accessories. Since you are going from needing 1 to 2 bill for the next upgrade to 15 bill for the next upgrade to 80 bill for the next upgrade. If you're making 500 mil per day, that's an upgrade every 3 or so days to an upgrade every month to 1 per 6 months. So yeah, basically what I said, like the amount of money that you need is going up significantly. I agree.
Or the amount of costumes you need to sell.
Yeah.
Depends how you look at it.
Ritzer McGower says Ocean Karma is a good addition. Killing people without reason shows that the ocean content is still lacking. Either equalize the PvP values of every boat, create group bartering so it would be more like group against group, or nerf the Carrick grind so we are on equal footing. Killing random players is no PvP, it's just griefing.
But if you're a pirate that's role-playing, then it's PvP.
Oh, so Mina in chat is saying that it was just that spawn.
So yesterday's spawned normal?
So was yesterday's nightmare on every channel?
Yeah, because wasn't there supposed to be a guaranteed nightmare yesterday? Was that on every channel on NA?
I didn't go yesterday, so I'm not sure.
I'll ask in guild chat.
But that still doesn't answer our question, though, if it was a guaranteed spawn. I don't know. They need to stop with this 50-50, 100% fucking random-ass bullshit.
See if
I get that they wanted to give everyone an idea of what Nightmare Zarka was like, so that's why they did this thing, but fuck, man, just leave it in the fucking game and explain to us clearly how this shit works. Because now everybody's just more confused. Is this because of the event? Is this not because of the event? What's going on? How does it spawn normally? RNG for the RNG, because RNG, yeah. I don't know. As far as the comment about the ocean PvP, I don't think killing random players is no PvP. I mean, PvP is literally just any interaction in which one player is attacking another. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I get, like, if you want to just barter, it's annoying when you run into Kitty on the seas. The fucking red shy, who already has, like, fucking level 10 full gear Carrick. Is just, like, an unstoppable monster on the ocean. But I don't know, man. That's just how it goes. He worked hard for that shit, and that's how he likes to play. It's fun for him. So
they should
don't know what to tell you.
They should have an equalized boat RBF.
Andre says, "Shit! I was just AFK all day doing nothing, and suddenly got blessed with a Vel drop for easy silvers last Sunday. I'm scared. Keck WJK, keep up the podcast, guys."
Yeah, and it's all downhill as far as RNG from here, so enjoy the money while you have it.
Cameron Zuckoff says, "Jesus McFuck nuggets. I go away for a few months and suddenly a 3-hour, 40-minute video."
Yeah, that one was a little long. This one's gonna be a lot shorter.
We did take a break the week before, though. That's part of why it was so long. It's because we had basically 2 weeks of shit to talk about.
Yeah, we had to catch up.
Xavion says softcap is no longer a relevant term and people should just stop using it. Everything is just steady progression. I mean, again, as I mentioned before, I disagree. I think softcap is any point in which your time investment or your money investment or whatever goes up significantly for your next upgrade. So old softcap is a softcap. Then, once you get some tight accessories going, you got to start getting like pins and all that kind of stuff. That's another softcap. Once you have all that stuff and all of a sudden you're starting to get on that Caphras grind, or you're going for Dead God or some shit like that, that's just how I see it. Riven4S says, I would feel so bad if one person had never Node War before, was in IDC, got the fat payout as his first Node War payout ever, and was like, oh my god, no wonder everyone else has such high gear.
Yeah, I can go ahead and guess that there's not that many people that happened to.
Yeah, probably.
They're like 27 bill. No wonder you guys have so much gear. Wow. I should have joined a Node War guild a long time ago.
Yeah.
If this is Node War payout, what is Siege? Yeah, I don't think so.
Alexander LaFortune says, unless the tooltip is extremely, extremely wrong, I couldn't see any minus DP or minus evasion minus AP add-ons. However, there's duplicate HP gains on hit that do not work at all, and MP, WP, SB debuff that doesn't do anything. There are all of those add-ons that you mentioned, 100%. People are using them quite frequently. He also says,
yeah, that confusion is because they had the Global Labs never updated the translations for whatever reason, so it was showing stock text for a bunch of the add-ons that were just completely wrong. That's why
there's even one that says 10% chance to do knockdown on all the skills.
Yeah.
Which should be cancer.
That comment was before we got the patch, which is why now that he's played it, I'm sure he's probably a little more privy.
He also says, when you went on the Witch and Wizard Rabombs and Heal nerf, I believe you guys forgot about the bigger nerf, Trembling Thunder, or some like to call it the Lightning Quake. Protection is gone. This bad boy was granting a 25% shock slow, parentheses, which stacks with Gravedigger types 30% slow, for 6 seconds in an AoE. This was one of the skills a number of Witch Wizard would do in large scale when they'd have PA and expect to hit a target affected by PA. This was a nerf to the slow debuff in a sense because it is now unusable in Siege because it is entirely unprotected. You won't see it in 1v1 either since it's unprotected, forced animation with no way to escape it that does a bound, aka will get resisted all the time. Glad to hear it. Less slows.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, they still gave them a slow on their other new ability, and all lightning skills still slow, so it's, whatever. I don't know. The lightning ones still stack with Gravedigger and all that, too.
Anawari says, finally got him.
What is the slow on the lightning? Is it 40%? I think it's actually 40%. I'm going to actually do the research on it. Sorry, go ahead. Digging this up.
Alexander LaFortune also says, freeze counting is 2.0 on the CC counter. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is so much. Alright, here we go. Freeze counting is 2.0 on the CC counter is only seen under the scope of how broken Succession Witch Wizard is. In fact, Succession Frigid Fog needs a massive nerf. This thing is extremely fast, deals insane damage on down targets, or targets that don't get the frozen status, is protected, and applies a CC parentheses freeze. Damage should be turned to similar values as absolute Frigid Fog, parentheses, which is mediocre, so that if a Succession wishes to deal damage with Frigid Fog, they'd have to consider the other non-CC Frigid Fog. The bound sequence on freeze can't be resisted. If it's quote-unquote resisted, it's desync and a bug. Otherwise, it would be resisted 60% of the time, which is not the case. Freeze is an essential component to Awakening Witch combo. The best, parentheses, not necessarily good, and most reliable CC combo the Witch can pull off in 1v1s is Pet Stiff, Freeze, Fireball away, so not the Stiff, Fireball, Explosion in, and this barely manages to kill your target, in parentheses, not dealing DPS skills during the FP? Fireball knockdown part. So the juice is squeezed as far as it can be. There's nothing else available for Awakening Witch to properly follow up to a pit CC apart from Detonative Flow, which is most likely in cooldown. Pet Stiff Fireball Explosion results in no Toxic Flood, and you waste a skill window because you got a TP to the target instead of running toward. Doing a Pet Stiff Fireball Explosion means you'll only have time to do a Voltaic Pulse and a half down attack Thunderstorm if you're fast enough. No time for Toxic Flood. Awakening Witch has no proper CC follow-up if Freeze is a 2.0 counter. Nobody batted an eye about Freeze until Succession, and it was even considered stupid to do in Siege because folks assumed it could save the opponent's life. Please stop being blinded by Succession, Witch Wizard being dumb broken. Let's make Freeze a 2.0 CC, let's remove Stow Stacking, let's nerf Heal, let's remove PA, put it on Shy, and trust me, Succession Witch Wizard would still be broken, my friends. TLDR, it's Succession Frigid Fog that is busted. You'd make Awakening Witch unplayable with the 2.0 CC counter on Freeze, and cut her reliable 1v1 combo damage by nearly 30 to 50% by doing so. And if next step is to complain about pet CC, then get good. Holy fuck.
I agree with his points. I mean, it's true, like, Freeze was annoying if you got frozen by chance, but it was so rare that it wasn't that big a deal. And Succession Frigid Fog, it kind of makes it so prominent. I think it's a combination of how quickly you can cast it, that it's cast right after Voltaic. So even if you use like a frontal guard, usually Voltaic hits your frontal, then Frigid, and a lot of times you get CC'd because your block just breaks, or you're just not prepared, or they hit you with ancillary damage, or whatever the case. But I like his idea of, because you know how there's like 2 versions of all their Succession skills, or most of them. I like the idea that one does damage and doesn't have a CC, or they could choose the one with the CC and it doesn't do damage. Actually makes the most sense. So I like his idea, and I like that he's defending Awaken Witch, because it would fuck their combos a bit. Good points all around, Alexandra. And yeah, I don't know. I've never been able to resist the bound, so I don't know why someone brought that up.
04 says, such nonsense. Taking advantage of a bug, parentheses also known as exploiting a bug, has been a bannable offense. Exploiting. Did I say exploding?
Yeah.
Exploiting.
Sounded cool.
I love exploding bugs, man.
Offense in any MMO that has come out in the past 20 years. You can't rightfully claim, "Ooh, I didn't realize," if you see a 2 quadrillion guild fund balance all of a sudden. Someone knowingly saw this and decided to exploit instead of the only correct action, which was to file a report. Permaban. I also saw a thread where a GM stated packet manipulation was involved. While I have no way to confirm this, if this is so, it becomes even more crystal clear. So apparently what's weird is that the guys that did the payout apparently weren't the guys. At least that's what it made it seem like in the post that they wrote. It was like someone completely different that was messing with the packets. Yeah. Which Frosty brought up a good point, I think, before the podcast started, which was, what the fuck was that guy trying to do?
That's what I want extra details on. I want to know what they were trying to do and who they were. Like, was it someone like that's well known? That would have been like, dude, poor choice. It wasn't actually a choice, by the way.
Tim says, wow, Frosty RNG carried again. Who would have thought?
True. I think he's talking about Tauros belt.
Yeah, probably Tauros belt. Ellen says, is that an I or an L? I can't tell. I'm just going to say Ellen. Says, okay, all the classes with easy CCs and superior engages will win. Funny thing is, it is the crazy cancel classes complaining about CC resists.
No, it's not only those classes.
They were testing to see if it would work and happened to work, and a guild landed on the known. Maybe. Nobody says, you would think that BDO devs would run out of nails to put into the coffin that is Musa.
No, dude. They keep coming. They keep hammering away.
Humanidai says, Frosty is unfaithful, being guest in another podcast. He was.
That is not unfaithful. That is what you do. You know, you go to other shows and you try to promote the show. It's the first time I've ever been invited. I would like more invites, you know?
I just want to point out, I have been the most adamant defender of Tim Allen on this podcast, and you got invited and I didn't? Okay, I see how it is, Tim.
Well,
No longer. I'm with Nyashi from now on every time Tim's name gets brought up.
What do you mean?
and Ashley loves Tim. Dude, I think
What have I don't like rage whenever Tim's name gets brought up. I don't understand.
me and Tim had an idea, Rezlar, for the Value Pack show.
Yeah.
We were gonna invite Potion Shop on, and then me and Nyashi.
Is he gonna wear that fucking mask?
I don't know, maybe just for you, yeah. And then me and Nyashi are gonna not show up, so it's just gonna be you and Potion Shop doing an episode together, which
Yeah.
I think would be so much fun.
What's funny is that you mentioned that we had Moreland on and we had Tim on, and that we haven't had Potion Shop on. I asked Potion Shop, I think before we even asked Moreland if he wanted to be on, if he wanted to come on, and he said, "Nah, podcasts." He said something like, "Podcasts really aren't my thing." And then, like a couple months later, he's now doing a podcast with Tim Allen and Moreland.
Yeah, you misunderstood. He meant podcasts with you aren't his thing.
Oh man, the underlining detail.
It was very specific.
Got to catch that under his breath, you know.
Dude, I think every good podcast needs to have an angry Maewa. You know what I mean?
It really adds a lot.
It
doesn't
does, dude.
Seeing as there's only a handful of podcasts, that's possible.
It's true. I think you should weasel your way into their show.
Oh, I'm not saying me.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the list of Maewas. I see your name, and then it's blank. Every podcast needs a mascot.
Every podcast needs a mascot. Feels bad.
Dude,
I have a question for you guys. What do you think about this fairy skin that gives you skill EXP? Do you have any thoughts on that?
It gives skill EXP. How much?
I think like 20%. I want to say.
Does it? What the fuck? Dude, I have fairy skins turned off. I didn't realize it was that pay to win. Now I have to buy it. Is it actually that? What you said?
I think so. Let me go check and check the pro shop. I think it was 20%. It was either like 10 or 20. Let's see. Hot and new. TikTok fairy appearance coupon. It's 10, so it's 10%. 10% skill EXP.
Okay.
Someone says 10%. It's useless.
I mean,
10% is not useless, but
how much is it?
You gotta decide for yourself if it's worth 2,100 pearls.
Yeah. How much did they say it cost?
I have fairies turned off, so definitely not for me.
How much is it in the marketplace, Rose?
I don't know. Is it even on the market?
I thought you said it was a marketplace item.
No.
Oh, how do you get it?
In the pearl shop.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
2,100. I just said.
2,100. I was doing research on this wizard thing. All right. Jesus.
Yeah, 2,100. So you would have to get. Actually, that's such a scumbag thing to do. Don't you only get if you buy the 200? Or sorry, not 200. If you buy the $20 thing, yeah. So if you buy $20 worth of pearls, you get 2,040. So you have to buy $30 worth of pearls to buy this if you want it. What a scumbag. I hate companies that do this. What a fucking scumbag tactic. And I know it's not just this company that does it. It's like every gaming company ever. It's every company ever that sells anything online. But what a fucking scumbag tactic, actually.
I disagree. I think it's a sick deal if you just buy $100 worth of pearls, dude. You get free pearls
Fucking
with it.
Ridiculous. It's like the opposite of like the 1999 thing. You know how like everything like in like stores and shit, it's like, oh, $4.99, 1999, like $34.99, shit like that. So that you don't in your brain go, oh, that's $20. You go, oh, it's less than $20, even though after taxes it's over $20 anyway. It's like the opposite of that, where they just put their dick on your face and go, if you want this thing that almost costs $20, you're going to have to spend $30.
But if you just spend 100, you get so many free pearls. It's crazy. You could basically buy a bunch of other stuff. It's a sick deal. What's going on right now?
So retarded.
Dude, listen. You're better off just not looking in there, you know?
I mean, I agree. That's why I don't. I looked in there to see if they finally came out with the Blood Knight or whatever it's called, the Crimson Knight for Archer. Still haven't came out with it. Archer doesn't have any Halloween costumes whatsoever, despite being out for, what, 2 years now? So, that's a feels fucking bad.
Well, don't you think Archer's already pretty broken? If you also make it scary, would that be fair? Dude, it's so funny that, like, I don't know. It just is like the freest source of income they won't tap into, which is just selling cool costumes. It's so weird.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna that's the weirdest thing is if they just put so much more effort into costumes and actually came out with a costume a week, they would make so much money. But instead, they're trying to scrape fucking $10 off of the backs of people that want a fairy skin. They're like, oh, if we make it $2,100, then they have to pay $30 instead of $20. It's like, dude, if you came out with more costumes, I would just give you $30 right out the gate for it. And I wouldn't even feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But like for some reason they just don't do it. They want to do shit like this. It's so weird.
Because it just, it upsets you. This is what they really work for right here, your reaction.
Yeah, they're over there. You guys ever seen that episode of South Park where it's like the guy who's like, I'm sorry, and he's like rubbing his nipples or whatever? I feel like that's what's his name? Jay over at PA.
All right, first of all, to you it's Mr. J. All right, White Knights can call him just J.
Well, what do you think I am, Harley Quinn? I'm way hotter than her.
Dude, I think that if you just buy the pearls but don't look at the cost of stuff, makes it a lot easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
how much are they paying you to say these things?
It's just easier to stomach, dude. It's easier to stomach. I'm telling you, man. I don't know why you're always worried, dude. I think the biggest problem is that my family fame only allows me to sell 35 costumes each week. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make gains here.
Yeah, dude.
That's the first thing that should be addressed. Yeah, you need to call him Jae-hee Kim. That's his full name. You need to say his full name when you address him until you become an official White Knight, which has its benefits. We don't have to waste all that breath saying his full name. We could say just Jay.
Sure.
I think we have to stay on for 9 minutes for our Vels bundle opening, you know?
True.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we gotta, we'll kill a little time. It was a short episode anyway, so we might as well kill whatever it is, 10 more minutes.
I'm just killing, time fighting Kyreem, testing add-ons, so while I wait for Bill.
Dude, it's never good when two bladers get together, I'm just saying.
Well, he's on hash, actually.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, wait, dude. Okay, can we talk about that, actually, since we got time to kill anyway?
Yeah.
Have you guys actually, spent a good amount of time PvPing, good hash?
No, there's not very many.
I don't know.
Okay, so we had a guild tournament, on Friday, and there
Good
were
hashes
two
are
hash,
definitely difficult to fight.
and there was two hashes. I want to find, actually, let me find. So Cine was playing Succession hash.
I actually watched the Cine clip on stream. He was so excited
You
that he
watched the Cine
1v3.
clip? Dude, nerf that class into the dirt immediately. Once all the hash browns figure out how to play like Cine plays or how Death Reigns plays, because Death Reigns was also playing a hash.
He had the clip?
He's playing Awaken hash. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it.
You should fight Kyreem. Kyreem's he's got a little bit of a hand issue.
They just grab and win, right?
They don't even have to do that, honestly.
I was told before it came out that They're just gonna grab and win, so they have to do that.
Let me see if I can find it.
The main thing with fighting hash is you gotta be careful. Like most hash are pretty straightforward with what they're doing. Like Kyreem's he's definitely well above average hash. So his movements are a lot cleaner, and he uses the counter block jump very well, like right there. They have so much damage built into their kits, especially the Rabam, which the Rabam is getting a nerf. Like it's getting gutted.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, it needs to.
Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna link this. I want us all to watch this at the same time so that we can get.
Okay. You want to do it this way? I'll stream it through Discord.
Stream it on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do
Okay.
that. Yeah, that works.
All right, let me.
Because this is,
real quick.
I mean, this
You're
class,
trying to go down
bro.
onto him.
I mean, I know a big part of it is people don't know how to play against it yet, and like once people play against better hashes more frequently,
Holy
they'll
shit!
start
Why
to
is this
learn
on
the
2 times
counters.
speed? It's on 2
All right.
times speed.
Here we
All
go. I'm gonna stream it through Discord here for you
Frosty's
guys.
gonna stream it through Discord, Nashi.
Yeah, and then we can just watch at the same time. All right, here we go. Hop into the Discord stream.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing. I do think the nerfs are huge and probably warranted because I know they kill people quick as fuck with the Rabombs, so.
Sure. He's gotta be careful here, trying to go down
All right,
onto
here we
him,
go.
putting some damage down, staying up. Somehow they haven't been able to see.
He's one of those things where I can't tell what's going on. He has no skill effects.
Going
Yeah.
down onto the range and not able to find anything. Actually get a CC down. Let's see if he can finish her. He does manage to finish
Killed
her.
one, backed
Now
off.
in a 1v2 situation going on to the
It
witch.
goes to the other.
Not able to find a CC
This is
though,
Cindy
witch able
here.
to TP out. Casting those tornadoes in the middle of the arena, trying to get some range damage down, trying to get some range CC. That skills a frontal guard, range CC, shit's insane. Going down onto him, actually manages to get his stiff, and Witch ends up having to be Mystic trying to do the best they can to fucking CC this hash, but it's goddamn
Look at that
impossible.
damage.
They're gonna end up dying standing up. if they're not
Teleport,
careful, having to get out, and
massive
they do
super
end up
armor
dying
damage
standing
trade.
up.
It's
Now,
disgusting.
1v1 Witch against
Trial
Hash.
trial
This is
character
not where
hash is
you
actually
wanna
really
be as a
strong
succession
too.
Witch. Finding a fucking hash brown when she's on the ground, does he have the damage to finish her?
Yeah.
Of course she does. He's like,
Jesus Christ.
So I
Yeah.
do think though part of what happened there is getting nerfed just because the Rabombs are like just super high protected damage.
Yeah, it is getting nerfed, but that's not all. I mean, even with that nerf, I think they could still pull that off, honestly.
Just killing people standing. I mean, what are the trade skills on Suck that they would use? Like just Rupture, right? Or not Rupture,
Descent does okay damage.
yeah, Descent has an animation though before the hard hit, so you can
Yes.
avoid it.
Yeah.
Not is it Rupture?
It's
Not
mostly
Rupture.
it's mostly their ability to jump behind people so quickly. It's like they have 3 different types of block jumps. It's just insane.
yeah, it's honestly, I feel like the damage probably needs to be tuned down a little bit, but their movement. There was so many times where I'm casting all these fights, right? I was casting the fights throughout the tournament, and there were so many times where I was like, did he teleport? Did he V? Did he die? I'm not sure. I don't know where he went because he's just like he's just boom gone, no longer on my screen, and I'm just like, all right, what? Okay.
Yeah. The other thing is they have basically DK's slanting built into their kit too, which is pretty
Well,
insane.
which one? What skill?
Slanting, the
Well, I know
unprotected
it's slanted
float,
is, but
mid-range float.
Slanted is protected. It's forward guard.
Well, they have an unprotected version.
Which skill?
But
Which
it's like-
skill though? Do you know? Or just
It's
Kyreem now?
Kyreem. I'm fighting him right now. He just used it on me.
You talking about the shift left click?
I don't know what you're asking me like I played the class, dude. Let me ask him.
Can
One
Kyreem tell us?
2 minutes till Val, by the way.
Purge.
Purge?
Oh, Purge.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That one's not that scary, to be honest.
Maybe not for an iframe class.
I mean, super armor also protects you from being floated.
Well, not when I can't maintain it. because I have stamina problems.
Oh my god. Then block it?
That's what he gets behind.
Dude, I don't know what purge has to do with iframes. Like, that is crazy. The craziest thing to me, that the only way to avoid purge is with iframes. Like, I can't even believe my ears. Yeah, apparently. Oh my god. So does Hashashin take all the pressure off of Kuno then? Is it too busted? Is it more busted than Kuno? What's the deal?
Huh? More busted than Kuno? They have their own elements that are really strong. Hash is probably a bad matchup. Kerwin was saying from his experience, because he plays Musa as well, he thinks Hash is a bad matchup for Bladers. So I mean, I can see it definitely when I was fighting him, but I also need to learn the skills too. I've been PvEing so much.
So we can add it to the long list of bad matchups for Bladers then. I think that's fair.
Dude, trust me, like, once all the Hash start learning how to play that class, it's actually just going to be fucking insane.
Well, it's like I go in with D-Bite, like right now, I just went in with D-Bite. He's able to, if he times it properly, use the counter block jump.
So
there's nothing I can do.
Someone says, talking about damage and iframes is silly when we know the real reason Hash is OP is because they have a grab, which balanced classes don't. So Sork doesn't have a grab. And the funny thing about it is that the Hashashins that they're all complaining about are using Succession, which does not have a grab.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Cinny in that clip where he 1v3 to a Succession, he doesn't have a grab.
Yeah, it's not the grab. I mean, the grab.
Speaking of the grab,
yeah, the grab is what it is, but
that grab needs to be changed because the fact that whenever you get grabbed by Hash, it shakes your camera around like you're having a seizure or something.
Disorienting,
yeah. It's like the most disorienting and confusing thing ever when it hits out of nowhere.
It is kind of confusing. It's like so weird that they did it that way.
I don't understand why it has to be a lawn type grab too.
Vel is up. Dude, it's like more glitchy than lawn, dude.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as lawn though. Because
it really is.
Lawns is a big ass cone. This is just a spot on the ground.
It's just as bad.
It's not as bad as lawn. No, the radius is not as far, but it goes as far distance as the lawn, but it's like not, if they're directly to the left of you, the grab is gonna miss.
It's gonna miss, yeah. Whereas the lawn, you can be sideways, like straight 90 degrees sideways to a lawn, and they'll still fucking hit you with that grab.
I actually watched a recent highlight video of lawn the other day that it was 6 minutes long or 5 minutes and 30 seconds long, and 100% of his kills were off of a grab in the entire highlight video. Like he was not able to fit in one single kill from a CC other than a grab. But like lawns have other CCs. It's just funny. I don't know. That CC is just so... Dude, their combo changed also. I noticed, maybe it's just this guy, but he used Shift RB after the grab instead of SRB. I guess because the damage buff.
The other reason is not just because of the grab itself, but like they're a better lawn, like realistically.
Yeah.
They're far better lawn.
I mean, honestly, like after fighting Cine and fighting Death Reigns a little bit, I didn't have to fight him too much because he's on my team, thank God. That class is probably going to be the next big flex class once people learn how to play it.
Yeah, probably.
Well, the problem with it on flex class is that its movement to get to objectives is not good. So it's hard to keep up and get back to where you have to go. Like, especially if your horse dies. Like, within the fight, its movement is crazy, but, like, going from point A to point B is kind of annoying on a Hash. It's the only thing. It's like a... And I guess it'd play more like a role like Sork, I suppose.
Something like that.
Their CCs are not reliable and a lot worse than grab. Lawn CCs are pretty reliable, what?
Isn't the Tamer WW iframe?
Sacred Dance and Salpuri Purge and Furious Chase are both super reliable. Isn't what?
Isn't the WW like little hop that Tamer does iframe?
Yeah.
I wonder if I can iframe through Vel's big attack if I just keep spamming WW.
Use a tree climb. Put tree climb on your hotbar and just tap that. It's a long iframe.
Tree climb.
I don't know if
Do you guys have a
iframes
raid
actually
up for Vel right now?
work. Yeah. Kind
You
of
have slots?
yeah.
Calpheon 5. You better get here fast. It's about to die.
Shit.
It's just forward F. Do I have to hotbar it?
Calpheon 5 X up in server chat.
Alright, coming right now.
Do I have to hotbar it, Frosty? It says it's WF.
No, you can press WF.
Kyrim's gonna come as well.
Okay. Just X up in Calpheon 5 server chat.
I wasn't paying attention and he did another big attack and I died.
Dude, I wasn't either and I somehow lived. The hell? Oh. Wait, did you guys X up? I don't know what your guys' names
Not
are.
yet.
Okay. Dude, you guys are cutting it so close. Oh my god.
I'm coming. Hang tight.
I don't know what his percent is, but he usually does 2 leaps and then dies. And he just did his second leap.
Like 5% Val says in guild chat.
Oh, come on, dude. You guys still haven't X'd up.
Calpheon 5?
Yeah.
Come on,
Wait.
Calpheon. I'm coming.
You haven't
X
even
up on
swapped yet?
server chat. Oh, he's dead.
Oh my
It's
No!
over. Dude,
Fucking
what?
didn't pay attention.
Why did you wait so long to swap?
I didn't pay attention to the time.
Oh my god, you're a bot.
Gosh, dude.
Oh no.
I
Nope,
can't
didn't get it.
believe it. Oh, Leafson got 1 cannon in, dude. Congrats. Nyashi, on the other hand, he was
It's alright.
he was out of stamina. Couldn't get to Valentine. Him and Kyrene were out of stamina. They could not get there.
Alright, Frosty, me and you then?
I mean, you. Maybe this is the time we get it, since Nyashi blew it.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
watch us both get Vel's heart.
Oh, wouldn't that be
There we go.
amazing? All right, counting down. On 1, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Nothing.
Fuck, this game sucks, dude.
Oh, good.
Oh my god. At least give me
I do
Karanda's
have,
heart.
I do have 30 mil on this character at this point.
Dang,
With
dude.
gold bars.
You could almost buy anything you want.
By the
That's
time
so
I
much
get another
money.
Vel's heart, it'll probably be at 200 mil in gold bars.
Well, I got 2 Kaffir stones and 2 dust, so you know. Dude, Nyashi lost. Nyashi, man.
I wasn't paying attention to the time, damn it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well,
Alright,
or
we're
the
gonna call the
voice
podcast.
or the Discord voice chat where I said Vel's spawning. Vel's when I said Vel's up now. All right. That's going to be it for the show. You want to close us out, Rezlar?
Sure. Thank you everybody so much for watching / listening. Hopefully you did enjoy. Make sure to join the Discord. It's the only way you're going to get updates on the show. If it's delayed, if it's late, if it's at a different time than usual. We normally do these things at around 1 to 2 o'clock EST on Sundays. That's when we normally record, but sometimes we have to do different times. So join the Discord for all that kind of stuff. Check out our Twitch. Frosty is twitch.tv/slowfrosty. Nyashi is twitch.tv/Nyashi_NA. Myself at twitch.tv/NotReslar. Should all be in the description down below. Check out Frosty's band. His band has they are the music for the intro and the outro of the podcast. And we should have a new intro coming relatively soon as Frosty's people gets their shit together.
I realize
need
how
to-
long we've been saying that, dude. I'm trying my best here, dude. Okay.
Also,
Dude, literally,
I'll
we
probably-
went to the studio to record that shit in October 2019.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll probably be looking towards the community in the Discord for some help with the intro here relatively soon. Maybe in another week or 2 when I have a little bit more free time and I can pay more attention to this shit.
Yeah.
So join the Discord so that you can be a part of creating the new intro. Did I forget anything else? Thanks again to our patrons. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's it, everybody. Catch y'all next week.